Welcome to Shore Perspectives, a community feature of WESR Radio, highlighting the spirit of the shore from those who call it home.
Taylor Tip Major. Here, Parkston, Virginia, right there on the highway. So my grandparents lived in that house in the front, and I grew up in the house in the back. I used to tell people it's an awesome place to vacation, and it was boring to grow up to me. And then I got older and really saw what the Eastern Shore embodied and grew a new love for it. This is really a special place. It's definitely happening here. Yeah, so I knew I wanted to be a college athlete, and so I was really looking for opportunities to do that. And Virginia Wesleyan, right in Virginia Beach, was recruiting me. So I ended up going there. Spent a full 4 years, and life at Wesleyan was a movie, like playing sports, and then I ended up being the class president and then student body president. And then I started playing lacrosse, so it was like being a two-sport athlete and involved in the student government side. It was amazing. It was amazing, to say the least.
And after you graduated, you came back home?
Not directly. So I joined a fraternity in college, and I had the opportunity to work remotely. And so it was out of Ohio, but I was here, and so I got into coaching while I had that job, and so that's how I got back in touch with my Arcadia roots. I started coaching girls basketball, and then I had spent 2 years there, and it was nice. I started coaching, then I started coaching football, and then I don't know. I was like, I think this is where I want to be. And then so I reached out to the big guy here, and that's pretty much all she wrote.
I'm Shaun. I am the principal at Arcadia High School. Taylor and I have always been pretty close. Even as a high school student, we had a lot of good conversations and always kind of kept in touch. Even after he left Arcadia and went on to Broadwater, would still make trips down to watch him play and support him and his brother. Really good kids from a really good family. And then we always stayed in touch when he was in college. When he was back in town, he'd swing by. We touch bases. Always told him, if there's anything I can ever do to help you out, let me know. Little did I know that he's actually helping me out probably more than I've helped him out. So coming back and working with our students, having the opportunity to bring anybody who's from the Eastern Shore back to the Eastern Shore, is a great opportunity. We try not to pass those up. So getting him on board has been great. Kids love him, absolutely love him. Community loves him, parents love him. So having, again, the opportunity to allow him to kind of be himself and mentor kids that have been, are from the same neighborhood where he's from, have gone through the same hallways that he's been through, and sit in the same desks that, he sat in when he was here is something that you can't replicate.
The whole concept of like why I was full in on coming back and taking this on is I wanted to be the person that I wish I had when I was coming through, right? And then from the athletic standpoint, and then from the rest of life standpoint, because if you had talked to high school me, like sports, and then after sports, it was sports again, and then I would just figure it out. Like I knew I was a huge camp guy. Like I worked at a lot of camps. I love camp, and that's what I wanted to do. So inspiring the youth and the younger generation, knowing you got to take care of the people that are going to be taking care of you, and eventually I'm going to be old, and then the exact same kids you had at camp, you're like, hey, do this instead of that, and they're going to be the nurses and the doctors and the EMTs. So like it keeping them going and inspired was huge on my to-do list.
Tell me a little bit about January 29th. How did January 29th start?
Yeah, well, it was really like any other day. It was a game day, so I packed, extra lunch, extra snack, going off, and knowing, all right, it's at Northampton, so I'll probably, I have brothers who graduated from Northampton, so I was looking forward to them being there and it being a good game, and then so we're walking out, like literally I'm standing on the court and we're warming up. Coach Cordry, who's been also a huge help in this entire process. I can't thank him enough. And he came and he just told me, hey, you got to go right now. And then he just kind of pulled me closer, did not say it out loud. He's like, your house is on fire. And then, so letting that even, was like, did I even hear that right? And then I looked for my mom, and then I saw her standing, and she's got all her stuff, and it's like, look, I don't know, but something on our property seems to be on fire, so we got to go. Just like, how? And then so my first instinct was to call my wonderful lady, Jess Duncan, and my daughter. And so I called them, and then no answer. So now I'm like really frantic. And so we're still driving, and I've made the drive from my house to Northampton to home. And I felt like it was the longest drive I've ever taken in my entire life. It's like they just kept moving the towns back and back and back, and it's like I was never gonna get there. And then, yeah, the realization said, all right, this is definitely the circumstance now. Like I was on FaceTime and saw the horrific scene. Yeah. And then got home, and just to be able to, I come home every day and do the same thing, right? Open the door, wait for my daughter to get all excited, get off the couch, come hug me and stuff, and then go give love to the rest of the family. And so to be able to show up and still be able to hug them and hold them and kiss them and share that love was something that I didn't think I was taking for granted, but man, was I thankful that day.
I mean, just as he was receiving, notification, so my phone started blowing up as well, and I knew he was down at Northampton, which was, now I'm worried. Where's Jess? Where's JoJo? Are they down at the game? As quick as the messages started coming that there was something going on, the messages started coming saying, hey, we got to do something. So all of our people started reaching out saying, hey, we got to do something. And I have kids who are sending me, messages on, our school email that are messaging me. I've got teachers, I've got coaches, I've got, folks who've graduated. All of a sudden they're starting to reach out. Like I said, so we're family, we take care of each other. And this is a situation that's obviously, very traumatic and has impacted, Taylor's life and his family's life. But our school collectively has gone through some pretty tough stuff together. We've had staff members with cancer. We've lost students to death. We've had students who've lost their homes to fire. So we do a pretty good job of rallying around each other. We had an opportunity right in front of us real quick to kind of put some things in place that I thought we'd see, quick return on investment. Because Taylor does have a huge role in our school system, especially at Arcadia High School. So we had the momentum, we had the people who were willing to do some work. So we decided real quick we were going to turn the Northampton basketball game, it's a district game, it's a triple header, into a benefit game. Taylor has family from Northampton. We thought it'd be just a really good opportunity for our Firebird community and the Yellow Jack community to come together and just support Taylor and his family. And that's all we really just wanted to do to start, and we were just going to donate the proceeds. Good positive thing to kind of uplift the family and give our community a chance to kind of give a big giant hug, in one moment. But then we decided, okay, well, let's quickly, because not everybody, people started reaching out and said, well, I can't make the game that night, or I don't live on the shore anymore, but I want to donate. What can we do? So we have the opportunity with GoFan, which is our online ticketing program that we use to create a fundraiser. So we were going to have the opportunity for folks not only to donate cash, at the game on Tuesday, but also if they wanted to make an electronic donation. So we set that up and we opened it up, I think on the 29th that afternoon, or the 30th, whatever the next day was, we opened it up. And we'll let it run up until the day of the game. Just so for folks who might not be able to make it to the game can make a donation, or folks who are no longer on the Eastern Shore. and I think it's going to be awesome. I really do. I think it's going to be really awesome. So on Tuesday, February 11th, starting at 4 o'clock in the afternoon at Arcadia High School, we're hosting a triple header benefit basketball game. We're going to start with a JV boys basketball game at 4 o'clock. Right around 5:30, the girls varsity basketball game will start, and then at 7 o'clock, our varsity boys teams will tip off. So we got 3 great games, 3 great teams. All the money raised will be going towards Coach Major and his family. That's ticket sales, that's cash donations at the door, and then if fans want to make an electronic donation to our GoFan, we have QR codes set up around the commons area in the gym. I've already set that stuff up so they can scan it, they can go on there, they can make a donation, and all that stuff is going to go straight to the family. Really excited that it's going to be a successful night and a really good thing for our community just to show up and show out. Mr. Sabatino is our assistant principal at Arcadia High School, and he has strong ties in our community. And the one thing that he says to me often is that no one will go hungry on the Eastern Shore if they're looking for something to eat. And this is a prime example. We talk about paying it forward all the time. Just as educators and as adults and as good human beings, you pay it forward. You want to make sure that you're taking care of the people around you, because at some point you might need that same kind of support. But the Eastern Shore does a phenomenal job of showing up for its people. And this is a prime example. It's a horrible situation to be in, but folks have shown up, and they're going to show up. And the next time there's a tragedy or an incident, they're going to show up. I mean, this community does that over and over and over again.
Through easily the most traumatic thing that I've been through yet, my family, friends, immediate community didn't allow me to stay down long, right? So actively, the fire trucks are still in the yard, and I got family pulling in, what do you need? And then more than that, and then more than that, and then more than that. And so it was absolutely insane. It was absolutely insane. So through my lowest moment, or moments with an S, I've seen the most love, from just kind of, I guess, everyone. The thing that I want to say is it can happen to anybody. It truly can. It truly can happen to anybody, and just to give to your community willingly and freely, and when or if the opportunity where now it's flipped, in hopes that the community would come back and support you the same way that you were supporting it. And then I'll continue on and just say thanks to everybody. Thank you. I don't have enough thanks to give for something so traumatic to happen. So much positive love and energy and just support has come from that it's been truly amazing. Nothing short of a blessing.
For Shore Perspectives and WESR Radio, I'm Kelley Gaskell.